Hitting it now.
You're live.
Oh. Hello everyone. Welcome to The Short Answer. I am Dr. Sue Morter, for those of you that I have not met yet. Hello, it's nice to meet you. I know that you're plugging in because this is a complimentary thing that we put out to the world as an invitation for you to understand that there is a little more to life than what meets the eye. And The Short Answer is a way of me sharing some little blips of information that allow you to recognize some deeper truths within yourself and to let you know about some of the additional things that we're doing all at the same time. So this evening's conversation is going to be aproposly placed relative to the holidays. It is this time of year that a tremendous amount of awakening can happen within us, and sometimes that feels just in a regular kind of way. Awakening might be, I have to learn how to manage my schedule a little better because there are so many additional things in my life happening at this time of year because of the holidays and gatherings and shopping and needing to do this and that and tending to all the things that take place. Another level of awakening might be, hey, I think I'm actually going to make the holidays this year be about something more deeply meaningful than the gifts that are exchanged, and if I'm living up to the expectations that I think other people have of me or that I might have of other people, given this whole exchange of gifting and such. And another level of awakening might be that in addition to taking a deeper look at what the holy days or the holidays mean to me, and bringing some heart and real meaning into every tradition that I'm contributing to or establishing perhaps in my family or amongst my friends. And in addition to that, perhaps looking at what it is that I love so much about this time of year and how people come forward in ways and are graciously opening their hearts to one another and sharing things and greeting each other in different ways throughout the day. Perhaps there is even a deeper level that is available to us to awaken in yet another way. And in that case, the situation might look something like, I think I'm actually going to take this to the deepest level within myself and recognize that these holidays are around the world at the same time in every culture, that there are people around the planet at this time celebrating in all kinds of different ways with different languages. But the thing that they have in common is that they are all celebrating light and the birth of possibility and hope and trust and faithfulness. And the beauty of that is that the holy days is common ground for us. It is a language that we all speak in our own languages. And so if we might take this holiday season to the highest awakening possibility, it could be serving that I am aware that as I go through everything that I go through and I walk through the traditions and the things that are commitments and schedules and seemingly steeped with busyness, that I might also at the same time be aware that any moment that I choose to engage in the joy and engage in that exchange in a deep, embodied kind of way, I might actually create some healing for myself because of the time of year. Because what is available to us at this time of year is there is more energy, more light directly coming upon the planet than any other time. It is at this time in the winter solstice, I would say, that the light is coming onto the very ground that you walk on in a different way than any other time of the year. And the crystalline presence in the air is particularly available to allow us to clarify our minds and hearts and to clarify and reproduce or recreate or rewrite how it is that we perceive life itself. And in addition to that, there is an opportunity for us to open physically on the inside more easily, to feel joy, to allow for the giving and the receiving to happen more gracefully. It is at this time that we can actually hone that capacity within us on a physical, literal, practical level. So all of this can be happening at the same time. right when you're sitting at the Christmas dinner table or the Hanukkah dinner table, and or many of the other traditions that are celebrated simultaneously. Maybe you're sitting at the Kwanzaa table. Maybe you are sitting at Diwali and in exchange with others about the wonders of the world, or just the wonders of how good it feels to get together with others. And if that same time you are literally breathing up and down the central channel of your body, meaning deep inside, taking a breath that's not just breathing right here, but imagining that there is a channel of light, because there is, that runs through your body, and you are breathing with that channel in a manner that actually starts to stoke the fire within. That this hearth within, standing by the fire, is really what this is about. And that as we breathe life into this flame, into this fire deep in our core, what happens is we become more like nature itself, instead of holding ourselves as separate from so many things. And when we do this, one of the things that happens is we begin to be able to give and receive in a manner that is different than how we used to. What happens is we come behind the mind and we drop into this deep natural essence of our being. The one that takes over when you're not thinking about anything, when you're just doing something that you enjoy. If you're engaged in some physical activity, if you're in a sporting event that you love to do, you're playing that sport, when you're engaging with your kids or your grandkids, or maybe running with your dog in the woods, or whatever it may be, where you're just there. You're not thinking about being there, you're just there. One of the things that happens is you slip behind the mind and you engage in the truth of who you are as the truth of who you are. There's no thought about it. There's a simple breathing deep inside your body, and it tunes you into a vibrational frequency that has you resonating with nature. So you're not separate. So giving and receiving is an exchange that happens automatically. And because of our cultural traditions at this time of year, the idea of giving and receiving becomes pretty important. And I'd like to stress that if you find yourself more easily giving than receiving, one of the indicators or the clues that might pop up to your awareness is that I am actually creating separation between me and my environment when I do this. Actually, giving and receiving should be the same thing, just in a different direction. It should feel the same to you. You should be just as blessed in giving and just as blessed in receiving, just as ready to receive as you are to give. And I find that most people are not. That most people have a pressure gradient set up there, that they're doing more of one than the other. And what happens under those conditions is that we are not in the full participation of something holistic. It's not whole. So we could say it's not holy. And if I'm not operating in holiness, then I am operating in separateness or partialness. And if I'm operating in partialness, I am not going to enjoy the holy days, the holidays, the way that I could. I'm not going to heal the things that I would like to heal, like stressful memories or sad occasions of missing a loved one that perhaps isn't here for the first time this year, or maybe just in recent years has shifted and family traditions are shifting, and that is difficult. Or perhaps I have a newborn in the family and I won't even be able to appreciate the possibility that sits before this newborn because I'm not in that wholeness, fullness exchange in life, because I'm operating in partialness. And what will happen is I will find myself too busy to really feel the holidays. And when that occurs, we've missed it. Not only have we missed it from a glorious mental and emotional and spiritual perspective, we're also missing it on a deeply physical level of uplifting old belief patterns, uplifting old perspectives and perceptions, and seeing this time of year as completely beautiful. I'll miss it, and I'll see it as something that is begrudgingly dreadful to me. I won't like the crowds. I won't like the traffic. I won't like one more Christmas carol playing. I'll find myself rolling my eyes at one more sweet dish. Heaven forbid we ever roll our eyes at the sweet dishes. But I'll find myself in a humbug kind of way because I'm not allowing myself to be in possibility and in fullness. Because possibility and fullness, they look like celebration. They just look like a yes. They feel like a yes. They feel like a sure, why not? And if we're breathing through the body in this way that I'm describing, what happens is we have a tremendous amount of energy to roll with. We have a tremendous amount of presence, not to open, but to open, all right? The presence that we become is the nature and the truth about the holy day season. This presence is about living in your wholeness, not living in your partialness. So if we allow this to be real and true for me too, then what gets to happen in these holy days is that I find myself sitting more deeply in my own heart, literally, physically. Right now, lean back inside of yourself against your own spine. You sit strong in the spine and soft in the body, and it allows you to feel yourself inside of you. And so you don't have to have things go a certain way in your outer world in order to feel welcome or to feel at home. And when that happens, you're available. And so when you find yourself sitting down more deeply in your own heart space, you begin to breathe in the belly. And as you breathe low in the belly, deep, rich, meaningful breaths, you pull yourself right in here into home base. And when you're sitting there, everything starts to look different. If right now, for just a moment, you would even close your eyes for just a moment and take those 3 things that you've been thinking about all day, that to-do list you have going on. I mean, not the people in this group, because we've been together all day. We've been having an amazing time here at an event for practitioners learning how to do what I do in my private sessions with people when I travel around and do treatment sessions one-on-one with individuals in all the cities where we go and do our talks and our events. And so we've been gathered having an amazing time. So I know you've had an amazing day, right? Yes, we've had an amazing day. So I've had an amazing day anyway. I've had enough fun for all of them. So whether or not, but no matter where you are and what you're doing, if you could just think about what you've been really chewing on for the last day or two, maybe 3 things, pick 3 things. This thing that pulls me off over here that is about my to-do list. I got to make sure I do this and this and this and this. And it's all functional stuff, and we need to do those things. And this thing here over here about the holidays where, I wonder if we're going to have the right things, and if the meal's going to come out okay, and if I invited everybody properly, and whether or not I'm upset that it's at my house or I'm upset that it's not at my house this year, and all that other stuff that we do. And then maybe over in here, something that's just deeply personal for you. Maybe some sense of not feeling loved, not feeling met, or not feeling known. Perhaps some deep sense of loneliness. And the holidays tend to bring that up for us. So if any of that is happening in your world right now, for just a moment, close your eyes and sit strong in the spine and soft in the body. And allow a quickening at your own heart. Just give your heart a squeeze on the inside. You might not know how to do that, so just make it up. You just pull in from the right and pull in from the left and pull in from the back and sit right down there and just give a little squeeze to the heart as if someone was hugging you, and yet you're doing it for yourself. So you're giving and receiving the hug all at the same time. And likewise, low in the pelvis, deep in the pelvic bowl, kind of squeeze at the base of the spine. Just kind of lift up there so that you can feel yourself right in the base of the spine as well. So we have that. We have this squeezing of the heart. And just with that alone, just sit. And in this moment, take a deep breath from above your head and breathe it down into your heart space. And then feel it in there. Feel this breath and let it feel good. And then exhale right down into the earth, as if you were bringing light through this body and letting it just fall onto the earth like this. And just feel how good it feels to open up. Even with these gentle squeezes, you're opening the whole rest of the body, and you're just letting this rush right down through you. When we feel ourselves as the conduit for this light, we begin to feel like nature. We begin to feel at home. And now on top of that, let's take another breath from deep in the earth and breathe it right back up and receive a feeling of support, like from Mother Nature herself, as if she's saying thank you for that shot of light you just let come through with consciousness and intentionality. And so you receive that gracious response up into your own heart, and then exhale right out the top of your head. And then take another breath, and this time just allow these things that are distracting you, that are pulling your energy off of your center, to just collapse into you. Just let them fall in and rest inside this space that you call I am. And as they fall upon you, let them tuck in to the parts of your heart, or the parts of your belly, or the parts of your throat, or the parts of your back, perhaps, that have not been feeling really great today. And the reason they haven't been feeling really great today is because you've been distracted. You've been pulled off center. So as they fall back in, and these energies come back home to where they belong inside of you, notice how good it feels to be able to focus your attention so deeply within yourself and create and generate a feeling of connectedness just because you say so. In an instant, you can be the giver and the receiver of connectivity. And when that sensation drops into this heart space, into this deep core space that is the truth of who I am, I have a sensation of being connected. And any sensation of loneliness or feeling like I don't have a lot of people to connect with at this time of the year when so many people are talking about getting together with big families, children and grandchildren, and aunts and uncles all getting together. And it's maybe just us, maybe just the two of us, or maybe just the one of us that is here. This sensation and the ability in any moment where this kind of a sensation is upon you, you drop in and let the rest of you come home. Because when the rest of you lands here in the core of this body, it can be felt. And when it is felt, the holy days have served their purpose. When coming home and breathing that divine light within each and every one of us, singularly, and then therefore collectively, when this happens, the holy days are unfolding. And we have done our part. We have done our part in contributing. We are giving and receiving. So the invitation is this. Remember, when you're feeling anything about the holidays that comes from a belief, a pattern, a tradition that is comfortable or uncomfortable, let them all land here in the core of your being. And it contributes to your own wholeness. And when you do that, know that there are people around the world that are having this conversation in this same moment, that are practicing the same thing. And each and every one of us are dialing into the same frequency when we do this. And in this way, we are creating a conscious connection, a conscious community, a conscious family. And when we do this by choice, we are awakening consciousness in all of humanity. And this time of year is exactly what is up regarding that. It is at this time of year that that is more possible than any other time. And before you're finished, when you're in a state of gratitude, know that this gratitude rises right up through your own body and ultimately all the way out the top of your head. And that there is an energy center, which we teach in the energy codes about all of this, that is above your head, that is considered the North Star. And interestingly, the North Star is your guidance. It is the equivalent of having faith, of knowing that the things that I desire to experience in my life are going to happen. And all I have to do is practice feeling them as though they already have. And when I do that, I'm in the energy of receiving. And when I do that, I am becoming the vibrational match to actually experiencing them in the outer world as well. So when we are wanting to believe that there is a better day, a brighter day, that there is a reason for this season that has a deeper meaning than what so many of our cultural traditions pull us out here into, bring our attention from this deep pelvis resting place up through this beautiful, magnificent heart that you have, up into the center of the brain where I am in charge of generating the creatorship in me, generating my ability to bring forward the life that I hope to experience, and all the way up and out the top of the head, actually, to this North Star that I can follow, that houses my faith. It houses believing. It houses me being able to trust that everything is going to be fine in circumstances, in moments when it doesn't feel so much like that. So know that these holy days are for you. There is no exception to that. And your job is to receive as freely as you give. Or perhaps your job this year is to return to giving because you've been withholding a little bit here and there in some way. See who you might reach out to. They're probably feeling exactly like you can imagine them to be feeling if they were feeling the way you were feeling. Because the truth of it is, there is only one of us here. And the more we bring that together, the more we get to experience the love that is available to us. So there's a long, short answer for you this evening. And it is about the holy days, giving and receiving, making the most of the holiday season, up-leveling and deepening your meaning of what this time of year is about for you, and gleaning perhaps a little healing capacity of your own. I'd like to invite you to a few things. We have a few announcements of things that are coming up in case you don't know about that. There is a meditation on the winter solstice on the 21st that you will be able to plug into that is live. That will be a deep meditation experience, more so than so much conversation. We get to drop in and have that together on the solstice, and that information is available. Where's that information available? On the website? Will it be in an email? What's happening? Everywhere. It's available everywhere. So plug in and let us know. We also, on January 6th, have another master class that you will be able to plug into. And in addition to that, we're teaching a program 4.5 for those of you that are in the community of the energy codes and members of that community and studying the energy codes. We have a 4.5 coming up in Denver on the 8th through the 10th. I'm reading my cue card here. It's kind of half upside down. And on the 15th through the 17th, we're doing a level 1 of the energy codes in Denver as well. And then in February, the 12th of February, we'll be in Los Angeles doing the same thing over again. So it's a great time to begin. It's a great time to begin again and know that what we're doing in these programs, including 4.5, in fact, and especially in level 4.5, is giving you some very clear ways to begin a commitment, a devotion, a clarification of your life, and really beginning again in a brand new way to celebrate the newness that is birthing in you now. So that's some things that are coming up. Check out the website for anything else that you're interested in. What we're about to do is dive into the very fun masterclass where we answer many questions all at the same time in one conversation. And right on the screen that you're looking at below is a place that you can click and join us for the masterclass if you're not currently a member and receiving that. And for the rest of you, I will see you in just a few moments. So I do look forward and thank you for sharing these moments together. We'll see you again next time. Namaste.